Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Shaping Your Future weekly video series. Today I want to talk to you about a debilitating disease affecting organizations and teams all over the world, which I like to refer to as chronic entrenchment. Now, I'm pretty sure that I just made that up, so I'm going to go ahead and trademark that. But chronic entrenchment, and let me define a little bit about what chronic entrenchment is. I'm often asked to come into organizations and work with their board or their leadership teams to help them move past the headbutting and the disagreements on how to achieve their long-term goals that have been set forth. Most organizations struggle with this, and if you're running an organization or if you work with different organizations, and I know because I can speak from experience from doing this with organizations, is that one of the biggest obstacles to achieving long-term goals is agreeing on how to start. And if you can't agree on how to start, then you never actually get anywhere and those long-term goals become irrelevant. So this is a process, or really more of a thought process, that you can begin to use right now in your organization for yourself personally, or if you're working with other teams and organizations, try this technique the next time you go in and work with them. And that is that you have to start by creating neutral ground. You see, the issues that we face with disagreeing on how to start, it's not because there's all these great ideas and just we have to agree on which idea is the best idea. Instead, it's because we're bringing in baggage from our everyday life. I mean, we've become much more polarized, much more sectioned off into different camps of religious belief or political ideology or economic class. This has become worse as the years go by. That all of that is brought into the decision-making process when you're trying to achieve long-term objectives. So what you're dealing with here is competing narratives. Narratives about the future, narratives about the present, narratives about the past. All of it is right there walking into that boardroom or that leadership team meeting. So the way to move people out of this is to create neutral ground. And there is no ground more neutral than the ground that hasn't been created yet. And that would be the future. Now I know, I talk about this a lot. But instead of focusing on how to start, the better way to approach this is to talk about and to uncover how we finished. How is it that we achieved these goals? So the main point that I want to leave you with here today is to remember that our competing narratives in the present day have zero relevance, are completely irrelevant in a future context. And this is important, especially if you are trying to come together to create a cohesive and coherent vision for the future, one which you can act on, start to take steps to achieve, requires that you leave all of that baggage at the door. As always, please feel free to reach out. I want to hear from you. And if you want to find out more about some of the things that are going on in my organization, please visit our site at jarednicholsgroup.com. And please always feel free to contact me directly if you have any questions, thoughts, or anything that you'd like to see me try and tackle on video. All right, see you next week.